Hai, apa kabar semua? Nama saya Aaron. Very thankful to run this session today on behalf of AKPK. Session tajuknya URUS bersama Mr-stingy. Welcome to my virtual background house. This is not my real house, tapi just had to have this virtual background sebab I wanted to have the logos of AKPK and URUS bersama Mr-stingy. So I'm going to try run this session in Bahasa. So feel free to let me know if my Bahasa needs some improvement. I will mix sikit-sikit with English, hopefully speaking, and then the difficult, susah punya economic terms akan lebih senang difahami lah. Okay, kalau kita mix. So kepada yang first time berjumpa dengan saya, nama saya Aaron. Saya merupakan blogger. Saya tulis blog nama dia Mr-stingy atau dalam bahasa Encik Kedekut. So blog ini saya ada share sikit ideas dengan tips mengenai optimization. Macam mana kita nak ada kehidupan yang lebih bagus dari segi kewangan, dari segi hubungan relationship dengan family, dengan pasangan atau even related to dating dan kekasih, and then juga how kita nak improve kerjaya atau career kita. So little bit latar belakang about saya. Saya dah asalnya dari Kedah, Alostar. Ada nampak few Alostar friends. Thank you for joining. I punya education background actually is in electrical and electronics engineering dari UTP, University Technology Petronas. Most of my career I start dengan engineering dalam bidang oil and gas. Selepas itu, I bekerja sebagai trainer untuk lebih kurang 2 tahun. Dan selepas itu, I sekarang kerja dalam bidang fintech, dalam bidang digital asset. So, nak katakan pengalaman dah buat few different things lah. So, harap-harap I boleh bagi sharing yang bermanfaat hari ini. Okay, so enough about myself. I akan share screen I sekarang untuk menunjukkan presentation kita pada hari ini. Okay, I share screen I sekarang. Mari kita pergi balik kepada awal. Okay. So, topik kita pada hari ini ialah what happens after the coronavirus crash, and asas topik ni, I tengah tulis artikel actually, what happens after the coronavirus crash. Lepas tu AKPK ada bagi invitation dekat I untuk buat this live session. So I decided, okay lah, let's do this session dengan menggunakan material yang ada prepare untuk what happens after the coronavirus crash. So sebelum itu, I nak bagi sikit explanation about AKPK. Mesti some of you atau kebanyakan of you dah tahu apa itu AKPK. AKPK is actually the Debt Management Agency of Malaysia. So bagi mereka yang ada masalah kewangan, masalah dengan hutang, masalah dengan loan, AKPK is actually badan kerajaan yang menolong masyarakat. So kalau kita tengok AKPK ni, website dia, our services, we offer 3 financial services. The first of it is financial education. So AKPK provides financial education, contohnya penggunaan credit card, basic money management, as well as tips on how to use credit responsibly. Selain itu, AKPK juga buat financial counselling. So bagi mereka yang perlukan counselling dan nasihat untuk finance, AKPK pun ada provide this service. Dan I think the most famous tugas of AKPK is apa yang dibagikan the debt management program. Bagi mereka yang menghadapi masalah dalam bidang kewangan, terutamanya pinjaman, AKPK menyediakan perkhidmatan debt management program free for individuals. So kalau mereka yang tak tahu pasal AKPK, please visit the AKPK website. Memang quite interesting lah the programs yang dia sediakan. Okay, so back to financial education. Have you guys heard of this thing called Financial Education Network? Financial Education Network atau FEN is actually something yang Prime Minister tahun lepas they announced, and it's part of the National Strategy for Financial Literacy 2019 to 2023. So this national strategy is actually a blueprint, plan, long-term plan untuk meningkatkan Malaysians punya financial literacy. Dan Financial Education Network ni tugas dia ialah untuk spread awareness, spread knowledge, sharing about information, dan is actually dia punya head atau dia punya chair is actually Bank Negara Malaysia, which is in charge of Semua Bank, and Suruhanjaya Security, which is Securities Commission yang in charge of semua badan-badan related to investment in Malaysia. So contohnya the stock market, contohnya financial planning, unit trust, bonds, semua fall under this Securities Commission. So FEN ada few partners lagi, contohnya Kementerian Pendidikan, KWSP, PIDM, and PNB. So program ni was launched last year, and we expect to see more and more exciting programs. Okay, so that's about Financial Education Network. I nak move on to some explanation about actually what is financial advice. Kalau you pergi online, mesti you baca banyak artikel, mesti you baca banyak artikel dalam newspaper. Dan selalunya mungkin at the bottom of the article, dia akan tulis this is not financial advice. So I nak share apa tu maksud financial advice. And financial advice, kalau kita tengok dalam bidang kewangan, actually is more of advice how to invest your money. You beli this stock or you beli this investment at this time, it's good, is profitable. So to give financial advice, actually you need a license. Okay, you perlukan lesen bawah Securities Commission to give financial advice. So like person like myself, I'm a blogger, writer. I suka share articles, tapi it's not financial advice, ya. Ia bukan advice yang telling you, okay, you should buy now, profit you boleh jadi berapa. So that's not what today's session is. Today's session is my personal opinion, my sharing. It is not AKPK's opinion, by the way. So kalau any masalah, anything I say wrong, please don't blame AKPK. They are very kind to sponsor the session, but it's all my personal opinion. Okay, so with that out of the way, I think we will start. Oh, okay. So ini untuk mereka yang belum pernah baca my articles. My blog namanya Mr-stingy. Contoh artikel ialah How to Invest in a Robo-Advisor in Malaysia and Why. Bagi mereka yang baru pada investments, you can try this. And website-nya ialah www.mr-stingy.com. Alright. So, let's jump straight into part 1. How kita akan buat session pada hari ini ialah I akan buat sharing dalam 4 parts. After every part, I akan stop sharing slides. I akan pergi balik kepada Facebook Live. I akan try to see kalau ada any questions. So kalau you ada any questions, please share dalam comments. Nanti in about 10 minutes, I akan pergi balik and try to answer your comments one by one. Okay. So part 1 is about the coronavirus situation. And mesti mungkin saudara-saudari tengah rasa quite bored, stay at home, dah lama tak keluar. First part is actually about how coronavirus is actually affecting our country and our broadly how it's affecting economy is in section 2. So part 1 is about why must you and I stay at home? Kenapa kita kena stay? And I start dengan cerita pasal Boris Johnson, who is kalau saudara-saudari banyak membaca, ialah Prime Minister of United Kingdom. So basically the equivalent of Muhyiddin in UK lah, okay, Boris Johnson. So cerita about Boris Johnson ni ialah about 1 month ago, 4 weeks ago, when masa dekat Europe, banyak countries dah start implement dia orang punya lockdown, kita tak boleh keluar, something like Malaysia punya RMO. Tapi Boris Johnson back then, dia punya strategi different. Dia kata kita tak payah shutdown. And then unfortunately, malangnya, I think dalam 2 minggu atau 3 minggu lepas, dia tested positif untuk coronavirus. So it's not a happy thing, tapi actually menunjukkan betapa seriusnya coronavirus ini, sehingga even the prime minister of a country boleh kena coronavirus, and actually dia sekarang duduk dalam ICU. So apa I baca, dia punya condition dah improving. Kita harap dia boleh recover, tapi it's a serious thing lah basically, coronavirus. Even a prime minister boleh kena this kind of thing. So everyone please be careful. And kalau kita tengok graph, by the way hari ni ada few graphs, so hopefully you suka graph. Total confirmed COVID-19 cases. Kalau kita tengok on the left side sini, ini berapa case yang ada, whether it's 100, 1000, 10,000 atau 100,000. Belah kanan sini ialah number of days since 100 case confirmed. So kalau kita tengok, this graph I dapat dari really good website, nanti I boleh sharekan. Kalau kita tengok a few countries, Singapore, dia punya progress quite good lah. Even though dia punya case tak meningkat dengan very dramatically, tapi it's still quite a linear curve, orang panggil straight line. So every 10 days, on average, you boleh tengok Singapore punya case will increase linearly. Okay. Kalau kita tengok somewhere like South Korea, it's quite good sebab initially dia punya case meningkat dengan agak laju, tapi after government dia buat take action, dia berjaya apa orang panggil flatten the curve. Okay. So dia punya case is still increasing dekat South Korea, tapi dengan kadar yang control atau tidak begitu membimbangkan. Kalau kita tengok dekat UK dengan US, actually it's quite serious right now. Case US is something like doubling almost every 2 days. So hari ni ada 1,000, esok mungkin ada 2,000. Dekat UK, it's initially they start dengan every 3 days. So still agak critical di negara seperti US dan UK. So dekat Malaysia ni, we're actually doing okay. Jangan panik, tapi it's still a serious thing lah. Okay. Dan kenapa I tunjukkan this graph? Sebabnya kalau kita tengok in the world, this is also from the same website yang dapatkan. Dekat Malaysia ni, we have 1.9 hospital beds per 1,000 people. So maknanya kalau ada, I guess, kalau ada 1,000 orang, kita ada 2 hospital bed, 2 katil hospital. Kalau ada 10,000, kita ada 20 beds. Kalau ada 100,000 kita ada 200 beds, 1 juta kita ada 2,000 beds. So masalah coronavirus ini sebab dia spread dengan begitu cepat, risikonya ialah sistem hospital atau sistem kesihatan dalam setiap negara tidak akan dapat kontrol kes yang begitu merebak dengan begitu laju. So kalau kita tengok Italy yang actually mempunyai one of the most advanced sistem kesihatan di dunia, about few weeks ago dia punya sistem overwhelmed atau tak terkawal sebab too many coronavirus patients at one time. Sistem dia dah tak boleh handle. Okay, so sekarang Malaysia, that's why government begitu strict, kita lakukan MCO supaya sistem kesihatan kita tidak overwhelmed atau still manage to control the cases. So, mari kita tengok statistics dekat Malaysia sekarang, 4,100 confirm. Kalau kita tengok everyday news dalam 150 or 100 or 200 cases every day. Currently, critical cases dekat ICU ada 76. Daily cases receiving treatment 2,567. Fatality rate maksudnya peratus orang yang unfortunately meninggal 1.6%. So, pop quiz, how many ICU beds do you think we have in Malaysia? Berapa ICU capacity kita dekat Malaysia? What do you think? Remember, kita dah ada 76 cases of coronavirus, critical case in ICU. How many more ICU beds do we have? So the answer, actually Malaysia, what I baca pagi tadi, I think estimate somewhere roughly 1,000 and below ICU beds. So 1,000 ICU bed ke bawah. Itu kapasiti kita. So kita boleh tengok kan, kalau kita tak control this number of cases, kita tak control this number of critical cases, dengan sangat cepat, this coronavirus will affect will overwhelm the system and it's very bad. Dan confirm macam itu, ya macam negara Italy, fatality rate akan meningkat dan ramai lagi yang akan meninggal. Okay, so that's why we have to take it very seriously. So, that's actually my last point about coronavirus, the virus itself. When can we go out again? Maybe that's the next question. So, government kita akan announce decision whether to extend MCO on Friday, so esok. So, by tomorrow, we should be able to know whether MCO akan diteruskan. Okay. So I can stop sharing sekejap. Let me check back on the Facebook Live. If there are any questions or any comments for now. Okay, so I tengah baca komen sekarang. Suraya kata Mr. Kedekut, hahaha. Let me see any questions. Zurin bertanya, hi Aaron, after this pandemic, will it be better to invest in gold or stocks? Okay, terima kasih Zurin. Nanti I akan answer this question dalam bahagian investing sikit lagi. Okay, tim berkata great topic, thank you very much. Mr. Muhammad Khalil, thank you. Mr. Aaron, thank you. Khalil for joining. Okay, because I and you can break the virus chain. John Gunn, thank you. Okay, Mr. Roger Ko cakap so far so good. Dan Ravindran Ramasamy bercakap so far so good. Okay, so it looks like tak ada banyak soalan lagi. So please, kalau you ada soalan, please comment in the comments below. Charles Tan berkata, steady orang Kedah, memang saya orang Kedah, kalau nak keluar bahasa utara, jangan boleh try nanti. Okay, Charles, thank you for joining us. Okay, nanti saya akan balik kepada sharing screen saya. Okay, so kita akan masuk part 2. Part 2 is actually about the economy. What's going on with the economy? Okay, what's going on with the economy right now? Dan kita akan bermula dengan investing world. So tadi ada soalan pasal investing. So I akan mula dengan investing world. Investing world dalam dunia pelaburan, a crash has already happened. Kalau kita tengok stock market pada 23 Mac 2020 berlaku satu crash yang amat teruk, dan beberapa minggu sebelum itu kita akan tengok, kita dapat lihat stock market dari 3,300 something jatuh kepada about 2,000 plus. So pada price yang paling bawah, I think US stock market dah jatuh lebih daripada 30%, 30%. Dan since then dah improve balik. So I think dah naik balik dalam 10-15%. Tapi the point is, dalam investing world, a crash has already happened. So crash ni kita belum nampak lagi dalam ekonomi day to day life kita belum nampak lagi. Tapi in the investing world, benda ni dah berlaku, dan jangkaan ialah we might see a few more crashes happening, sebab waktu masa sekarang ni actually ekonomi dalam keadaan yang sangat uncertain, atau kita tidak tahu apa yang akan berlaku. So itu mengenai stock market in the US. Kalau kita tengok stock market KLSE, Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, atau Malaysian stock market, kita boleh tengok dia pun jatuh dari dia punya peak sini. Dia jatuh dengan sangat teruk sekali around the same time. So dalam awal bulan Mac dia dah jatuh to almost, I think, paras yang paling bawah sejak 10 years ago. So imagine you invested sejak 10 tahun yang lalu, price dah jatuh, dah menjunam dengan teruk sekali. So dalam bidang dalam dunia investment atau investing sekarang, memang sentimennya amat kuat dengan perasaan takut. Okay, so ini mengenai Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange. Okay, so I nak bawa this discussion kepada the economy, bukan sahaja pasal dunia pelaburan, tapi ekonomi, maksud I hidup kita seharian. Okay, everyone is actually linked in the economy like a spider web. Okay, try to imagine sarang labah, ada banyak different point, tapi everyone memang bergantung pada somebody else. Okay, kita tidak hidup dalam ekonomi atau dalam negara mana kita independent. I tanam I punya own makanan, I tangkap I punya own ikan, tak ada. Most of us kita hidup dalam ekonomi yang bergantung pada orang lain. So everyone, dalam short sentence, we depend on each other. Okay, saya nak bagi satu example. Okay, let's say Ahmed ni dia buka kedai dekat shopping mall, dia buka kedai dekat Aman Central, dekat Alostar. Ahmad ni dia buka kedai shoe, so dia shoe seller. Okay, kedai kasut, bukan kedai shoe. Chong ialah leather supplier. So masa Ahmad ni nak buat kasut, Chong yang supply kulit kepada Ahmad ni. Makcik Kia ni, as kita tahu, Makcik Kia sangat famous sekarang. Dia jual goreng pisang. Okay, dia buka satu gerai tepi jalan, dia jual goreng pisang. So dari segi, kalau kita tengok dari jauh, mungkin kita rasa Ahmad, Chong, Makcik Kia ni tak ada kaitan dengan antara mereka. Tapi let's say dalam time MCO sekarang, Ahmad ni dia nak buka dia punya kedai kasut. Tapi sebab MCO, dia tak dapat buka dia punya kedai kasut. Okay? So maksudnya Ahmad tiada bisnes untuk 2 atau 3 minggu yang lepas. Dan kalau MCO extend, mungkin dia tak ada bisnes untuk the next 1 bulan atau 2 bulan. Okay? So Ahmad sekarang menghadapi masalah. Bila Ahmad menghadapi masalah, Ahmad ni dia agak berhati perut. Dia bukan kapitalis yang sangat jahat. So dia still bayar gaji kepada dia punya pekerja. Okay? Even though dia punya shop tak boleh buka, dia still bayar gaji kepada dia punya pekerja. Tapi lepas dia bayar gaji kepada pekerjanya, dia mendapati cash dia sudah habis. Okay? Dalam bank account dia sudah habis duit. So dia pun call Chong, leather supplier dia. Dia kata, Chong, walaupun kita dah buat bisnes untuk 10 tahun bersama-sama, tapi masalahnya I tak boleh bayar you selagi kedai I tak buka. Okay? So Ahmad punya pendapatan terjejas menyebabkan Chong punya pendapatan terjejas. Okay? So Chong dah tak ada pendapatan untuk benda yang dia sediakan bulan lepas. Dia pun cut down on dia punya spending. Dia dah stop berbelanja, dia pun kata dekat family dia, I kena berjimat-jimat, dan dia tak dapat beli goreng pisang. Okay? Dia dah stop dia punya extra snacks, dia dah stop beli ice cream, dia cuma beli nasi, dia cuma beli sayur, dia cuma beli ikan atau ayam. Okay? So sekarang Makcik Kiah punya pendapatan pun terjejas. Okay? Because Ahmad tak bayar Chong, Chong tak boleh bayar Makcik Kiah. Okay? So kalau kita tengok, actually everyone bergantung pada everyone lain, dan balance ekonomi ni actually very delicate. Even kalau satu part of the economy sakit, memang everyone else pun akan rasa sakit. Sikit ke banyak saja. Okay? So you have to keep this in mind. Memang economy is a very delicate balance. Okay? So when the economy goes down, kalau one part of the sarang ni terbakar, the web is on fire, everyone suffers. Okay? It's not a matter of, oh, I boleh selamat, you boleh selamat. Everyone is in this together, everyone suffers. So kalau kita tengok apa yang government sekarang tengah buat, okay? We know ekonomi sedang menghadapi masalah. We will explore sikit lagi. Apa yang government tengah buat sekarang? Okay. Dekat dunia ni, banyak government around the world dah start announce stimulus package. Kalau kita tengok dekat US, $2 trillion dia punya stimulus package. So 2 trillion is 2 dengan 12 zero. Kalau million is 6 zero, billion is 9 zero, trillion is 12 zero. So it's huge amount of money yang US is trying to stimulate dia punya economy. It is actually the US punya highest stimulus package ever. Dalam history dia tak pernah. Okay? Previous economic recession pun tak pernah. Okay? Dan kalau you baca pasal US punya politics, you tahu that Donald Trump, President US, is not very popular. Memang susah for US to get anything approved dalam dia punya version of parliament. Susah gila nak get anything approved, right? Tapi when it comes to this stimulus package, laju gila, very fast they managed to approve this 2 trillion stimulus package. Okay. Kalau kita tengok Japan, I think ini baru 2 days ago, $989 billion dia punya stimulus package. Incredible. I think tak silap I is also the largest stimulus package ever. Singapore punya stimulus package is 42 billion. Interesting fact, Singapore is government dia actually quite smart. Dia actually ada apa yang kita panggil rainy day fund. So Singapore ni macam orang personal finance yang sangat bijak. Dia dah saving banyak duit for many years, dan time-time macam ni lah dia akan gunakan duit tu. So Singapore very very good planning sebelum ini. Dia dah ada dia punya rainy day fund. So dia dah gunakan tu. Okay, so dekat Malaysia ni, next question, pop quiz, hopefully you're still listening. Berapa kita punya stimulus package? Anyone know? Let me know idea sekejap. Okay, Malaysia punya stimulus package, actually, so far government ada announce, ini news snippet daripada Reuters. Malaysia announces $58 billion stimulus package to cushion impact of coronavirus. So ini I think 30 Mac tak silap I. Tapi kalau you remember sebelum ini Malaysia actually dah ada announce 20 billion first stimulus package. 250 billion ni second stimulus package, dan beberapa hari yang lepas baru announce 10 billion stimulus package. Ini untuk SME. Okay, SME kita akan cover a bit later. Okay, tapi total about 280 billion sekarang. So that's pretty big amount of money. Also Malaysia's largest ever stimulus package, by the way. Okay, so quite interesting times. So sebelum kita masuk pada a bit more detail on what's the stimulus package, anak saudara-saudari just have a thought. Kenapa all these governments around the world what's such a big stimulus package? Kenapa US buat dia punya record stimulus package? Kenapa Japan? Kenapa Singapore? Kenapa Malaysia? Why is this coronavirus such a big impact? Okay, I hope everyone boleh fikir. Okay, because it is a really difficult time. So there must be a reason. There must be a reason why all the governments are doing something so drastic. Okay, so kalau kita tengok Malaysia punya stimulus plan, I takkan pergi masuk detail all the stimulus plan, tapi I akan just cover few things yang quite popular for most people. Okay, ini for the general public lah. Okay, so cash payments bagi singles yang earning below 4K, you akan dapat something from the government. Households means pasangan suami isteri earning bawah 8,000, you akan dapat something. Second point, EPF akan membenarkan you reduce your contribution dari 11%, you boleh contribute 7%, bukan 11%, dan you boleh ambil withdrawal RM500 per month kalau you nak, kalau you menghadapi masalah. Okay, we have up to 50% discount on electric bills. Kalau you pakai banyak elektrik, mungkin you dapat dalam 15%. Kalau you pakai sikit elektrik, I think you boleh dapat up to 50%. And lastly, ada 6-month moratorium on bank loans. Ini yang sangat famous, banyak komentari pasal benda ni dekat social media. Tapi kalau you ada any questions about the moratorium, sila komen dan saya akan cuba jawab nanti. Okay. So, sebelum I masuk part 3, I can just take a short break. Again, saya akan tengok balik Facebook Live. Kalau any questions, any comments, saya akan address sekarang. Tapi part 2 summary-nya ialah memang this coronavirus impact is sangat serious, not just from a health perspective, tapi from an economic perspective. That's why you boleh nampak semua government telah lakukan measures yang sangat drastic. Okay, so that's part 2. We are in a really difficult situation. All the big bazooka or all the big guns to help the economy dah keluar. Part 3 kita akan cover what do we expect. Okay, what's going to happen next. Okay, so I can stop share sekarang. I akan balik kepada Facebook. Let's look at some comments. Okay. Okay. Oh, banyak yang komen. Okay, kejap. Saya akan baca one by one. Okay, thank you Azira. Cakap banyak, very clear explanation. Jace cakap very easy to understand. Terima kasih. Muhammad Zafri, what would you think about flatten the curve in Malaysia? Possible for us? Zafri, so I think I dah cover in section 1. I think the curve is already flattening well in Malaysia. The government measures dah quite effective. So it's doing quite well. I think health-wise, I'm very confident we'll get out of this well. Okay. Jason Jackson bertanya, is share market reflective of actual situation? Full effect not felt and market driven by speculators. So pendapat saya, Jackson, share market is usually driven by sentiment, emotions. So regardless of the actual fundamentals of the economy, share market akan react dulu. Okay, so it's probably not a full reflection of fundamentals. It's more of emotion, speculation. Okay, So as many companies already planning retrenchment, which will take effect in about 3 months. Okay, kita akan cover that. Okay, and when that happens, many will be without jobs. That's correct. Okay, others plan full shutdown for 6 to 18 months, but not just SME. Okay, that's difficult. Okay, Sanjeev Kumar, hello. Ada soalan mengenai moratorium. Okay, nanti saya akan jawab about moratorium. Jonathan, hello. Sanjeev pun berkata BM Aaron dah karat lah. Memang saya setuju. Saya kena praktis banyak lagi. Okay. Tan Yap Chin, do you think this economy crisis will be a pin to financial crisis? Pendapat saya memang kita akan masuk economic recession. Okay. Bukan pendapat saya saja, tapi ramai pakar ekonomi. So I think kita akan menghadapi masalah in the near future. Okay. Alright, thank you for the comments. Please keep coming. I'm going back to share my screen to go to part 3. Alright, share screen. Alright. Okay, kawan-kawan, this is part 3. What to expect? What's a recession? Okay, are we expecting a recession? Seperti yang I dah share tadi, memang I expect we will be going into a recession. But before that, kita ulang kaji sikit. What were the previous 2 recessions? Ini yang berlaku dalam your time and my time. Mungkin you tak boleh ingat, the 1997 Asian financial crisis. Ini time ni I masih lagi dekat, baru masuk form 1 I think. Okay, tapi I boleh ingat sikit. 2008 global financial crisis. Ini the most recent financial crisis. Kalau saudara-saudari banyak membaca pasal benda macam quantitative easing atau government buying bonds, government pumping liquidity, benda ni semua banyak famous masa 2008 global financial crisis. Okay, kalau kita tengok definition atau definisi apa maksud recession, kegawatan ekonomi, actually dia punya definition is negative economic growth. Okay, macam kita discuss tadi, ekonomi is something yang sentiasa berkembang, duit sentiasa mengalir antara different parties. Tapi kalau kita masuk satu situasi mana ekonomi kita stop berkembang, okay, stop growing atau negative growth, okay, means dia tidak berkembang lagi, dia actually jadi lagi kecil. Dia punya score dalam bahasa ekonomi ialah GDP, okay, Gross Development Product. Okay. Tapi for most people, kita tak perlu get into too much detail on GDP. I akan share nanti in the next slide about how orang biasa macam you and I, we boleh understand is now a recession time. So, Ray Dalio, I think Charles, if you're still here, you minat this guy, Ray Dalio, head of the world's largest hedge fund. Dia pernah buat komen recently. It seems to me that this is one of the once in 100 years catastrophic events. So dalam Ray Dalio punya pendapat, coronavirus crash ini ialah once in 100 years kind of event, bukan once in 10 years. Okay. The global financial crisis 2008, the Asian financial crisis 1998, it's going to likely, okay, kemungkinan besar it's going to be worse than this kind of event. Okay, ramai pakar-pakar ekonomi berkatakan that this crash or this depression mungkin just as bad as the 1929 punya Great Depression dekat US. Okay, so it's quite a scary time. That's why government pun banyak buat program atau banyak stimulus plan. So, okay, let's see what would a recession feel for a normal person. Okay, kita dah cakap pasal GDP, kita dah cakap pasal pendapat Ray Dalio, kita dah cakap pasal stock market. Tapi for a normal person, orang yang bekerja, let's say bekerja makan gaji, what is the sign of a recession? First sign, okay, you, your friends, your family don't have enough money, okay, tak cukup wang untuk berbelanja, okay, then maybe some of you already rasa, I memang tak cukup wang, tak cukup wang anyway, okay, that's normal times punya apa, I think that's normal for normal times, the feeling kita tak cukup wang. Tapi this time is going to be more serious, okay? We don't have enough money. You akan start seeing mungkin family members nak pinjam duit, mungkin friends akan menghadapi masalah nak bayar loan, okay? So that's your first sign of a recession for normal people. Second sign is sentimentnya ialah fear, okay? Kalau you cakap dengan kawan-kawan you dekat coffee shop, once MCO dah stop, sentimentnya everyone is depressed, everyone feeling optimistic tu dah hilang, okay? Kita tak believe lagi dengan okay, things are going to get better. Everyone is feeling fear, everyone takut, everyone try to protect themselves. Itulah tanda-tanda recession, okay? And I think the most serious thing yang everyone is trying to prevent ialah actually retrenchment, job losses, atau orang panggil juga layoff, okay? Company majikan yang dah tak cukup cash flow dia tak dapat bayar lagi gaji-gaji dia punya employee, okay? Ini akan berlaku, mungkin sudah pun berlaku, okay? Retrenchment ini, dan memang sangat biasa dalam dunia corporate. Kalau anytime company dah stop making money, anytime company dah banyak hutang, dia akan start dengan retrenchment exercise. Kalau saudara-saudari pernah dengar VSS, MSS, ini semua berkaitan dengan retrenchment juga. Okay? Dan satu lagi, I think satu sign untuk normal people, increase in crime. Okay? So jenayah, okay? Bila ramai sangat orang tengah dalam masalah ekonomi atau masalah kewangan, jenayah akan increase, okay? So these are the 4 signs recession has happened. So I expect probably benda ni akan berlaku. Hopefully not, I hope I'm wrong, tapi we have to be prepared lah, okay? So let's look at some industries yang badly affected by this coronavirus situation. Okay, so airlines atau sorry, just give me a while. I just gonna plug in my battery. Okay, sorry, masalah technical. Just plug in my battery. So airlines adalah industri yang I think the first one yang affected. Tourism, property, events, sports, industri ni semua pun menghadapi masalah sekarang sebab people are not moving, people are not meeting. So all these industries currently affected. Mesti you pernah baca news yang kata government terpaksa bail out MAS or AirAsia or tengah considering bailout for airlines. It's because airlines are making a lot of losses right now, so they are trying to see how they can get back into profit. Okay, so technology is an interesting industry. Sebabnya, what do you guys think? Dalam kegawatan ekonomi sekarang, coronavirus, technology business ni you rasa okay ke tak? You think they're doing well? Well, it's interesting sebab because of the MCO, the RMO, the shutdown, actually quite a few technology companies sekarang they are doing good business. Okay, sebab everything dah masuk bidang online. Orang tak boleh buat meeting face to face, so dia pakai Zoom, dia pakai Google, dia pakai Facebook Live. Okay, so interesting. Ada juga industri yang sekarang sedang berkembang sikit, even though due to the coronavirus. Okay, interesting ya. Then kita masuk topik yang quite membimbangkan sekarang is actually SMEs. So SMEs ni ialah actually small medium enterprises and micro SMEs ialah micro, small and medium enterprises. So these are the small companies, okay? Macam kita cakap tadi pasal Makcik Kia, pasal Ahmed, pasal apa seorang lagi nama dia, yang jual Chong, leather supplier, okay? These guys are the SMEs and micro SMEs, and they're having lots of problems sebab they're running out of cash, okay? Dia orang tak boleh buka bisnes, tak boleh berniaga, so duit dah dalam keadaan yang kritikal. So kalau kita tengok satu survey yang dilakukan, 30% of Malaysian SMEs have cash flow only for March. Okay, so 30% of Malaysian SMEs bulan March dah actually habis. Another 37% for April. So maksudnya kalau mereka tidak dibenarkan start business semula atau tidak diberikan bantuan, kemungkinan besar most of these SMEs akan menghadapi masalah kewangan and terpaksa mungkin buat retrenchment. Worst case scenario, terpaksa tutup kedai completely. Okay, so thankfully Malaysian government agak prihatin terhadap masalah kita semua. So prihatin package dah announce additional measures untuk boost struggling SMEs. Okay, dan satu statistik yang agak menarik, 66%, 66% of all employees work in SMEs in Malaysia. Okay, so tadi masa I masuk Facebook, atau ramai kawan I yang mungkin bekerja di say syarikat besar atau multinational, mungkin kita tak realise, tapi most of the employees in Malaysia actually bekerja untuk SME. So we have to actually protect the SMEs. So satu lagi graph yang agak menarik, ini harga minyak, world oil prices. Kalau kita tengok past 6 months, it was around $55, $60, tapi dalam bulan March jatuh I think until as low as 20 something dollars. Sekarang sudah naik balik to I think about 25 plus dollars. Okay, so why I tunjukkan this graph is because Malaysia obviously we banyak bergantung pada profit daripada pelaburan minyak. Okay, Petronas, I know some of probably ramai Petronas staff yang sign in untuk tengok this session. Thank you Petronas for all you've done before this. Tapi even in this time, sebab oil price dah jatuh, mungkin Petronas tidak dapat tolong government Malaysia macam previous financial crisis yang lepas. Okay, so selalunya Petronas will help. This time we're not so sure what will happen sebab oil price pun sudah crash. So I think that's section 3 about the economy. I think things are quite serious, you know, from top investment world, day to day. We are very worried about job losses, SMEs. Part 4 will be how to protect yourself. That I think is the final section before we take the question and answer. So sekarang I akan balik kepada Facebook Live. I akan tengok comments and questions. Okay. Okay, ada 15 new comments. Okay, saya akan baca one by one. Okay. Okay, so ada komen daripada Jackson. Okay, dah cover tadi. Will we go back to Great Depressions in 20s? Jonathan bertanya. I hope not, but quite a few pakar economy are saying that this economic recession may be as bad as the 1920s economic recession in the US. So everyone, please be very careful. Okay, new comments lagi. Kejap ya. Technology should still be good generally, but which technology could be affected? So I am quite unsure about this question. So sorry. Jace. Okay, Daniel bertanya, hello Aaron, afternoon, good afternoon. Just wondering why the TNB gave discount lesser for more usage, sedangkan kita stay at home. I think government and TNB has to be fair, so we're trying to target the B40s definitely. Okay, Okay, kawan-kawan, I just realised that I dah bercakap sangat panjang and then already 4:20. Okay, so I better finish my slides dulu and then I akan balik kepada Facebook Live. Okay, so I think part 4, mungkin part yang paling penting about how to protect yourself in these difficult times. Okay, so kita dah cover sikit about AKPK. Remember, this session is organised together with AKPK. So bagi mereka yang ada masalah dengan hutang, please reach out to AKPK. We are part of the AKPK and this program is part of Financial Education Network. So please look out for more programs. Please support. This is what do you call that? A program to help all Malaysians. Okay, so I think there's a few things yang kita kena cover untuk difficult times. And kita akan cover dari segi health, work and money. Okay, 3 most important things yang we are worried about right now. Okay, so in terms of health, dari pembacaan saya, kalau kita nak harapkan vaksin untuk coronavirus, maksud macam BCG atau something yang you ambil injection dan you tak payah takut. Okay, vaksin experts sekarang expecting even dalam best case scenario 12 to 18 bulan. Okay, 12 to 18 months. Kalau nak tunggu ni memang very long time. Okay, so it's going to be a long wait. Ada kemungkinan existing medicine, contohnya combination of tablet yang sudah ada di market atau pill yang sudah ada di market, mungkin boleh digunakan untuk treat coronavirus. Okay, benda ni is still under testing. Okay, tapi I think the summary dari segi kesihatan, safety is the new normal. Okay, so kita kena sangat berhati-hati for probably the next, I don't know, mungkin 1 tahun atau 2 tahun. Many things yang kita orang panggil dah taken for granted mungkin tak boleh lagi. Okay, no more macam sangat careless punya habits. So kita kena selalu basuh tangan, all that. Benda ni akan jadi very normal dan I think it's a good thing. Tapi unfortunately kalau nak tunggu cure for coronavirus mungkin a very long thing lah. Okay. Now in terms of work, I think the important thing is agility is the new normal atau ketangkasan. Okay, the bahasa word is ketangkasan. Kita kena adapt kepada new ways of working sebab mungkin tiada lagi large gathering. Okay, mungkin tiada lagi meeting dengan 20-30 orang. Mungkin we are limited to meeting 5 people. Mungkin lah. Okay, less face to face. So macam sekarang kita banyak buat event pakai Zoom atau online. Mungkin in the future, the next 1-2 years, company pun sedar, oh actually kita tak selalu perlu datang ke office pun boleh kerja dengan efektif. Okay, so I would suggest mungkin kepada mereka yang ada time sikit, please make use of online learning. Banyak sekarang online courses yang sangat, I think, sangat valuable, sangat powerful dari contohnya universiti macam Harvard atau MIT. Semua telah membolehkan free online learning sebab nak help during this coronavirus time. Okay, so consider online learning, consider online courses, may be useful for you to learn something new for work. So I think the biggest money tip kalau kita tengok dalam bidang money is kita kena increase cash savings. Okay, that's the number 1 tip sekarang. And kalau kita nak increase cash savings, very simple. This diagram, your income minus your expenses atau apa gaji bulanan atau pendapatan minus kita punya perbelanjaan, kita akan dapat savings. So option 1, you boleh reduce, kurangkan you punya perbelanjaan. Dengan pendapatan yang sama, you mungkin boleh dapat more savings. Okay, that's option 1. Tapi for ramai di antara kita, mungkin tidak dapat reduce expenses lagi. Option 2 ialah to increase more income. So that may be doing side business, maybe doing online business. Option 2 ni ialah more income, same expenses, tapi kita boleh dapat more savings. Okay, so that's your only 2 options. Fundamentals of kewangan. Anytime you nak improve keadaan you, either you adjust your expenses or you adjust your pendapatan. So some other money tips yang I kena cover dengan sangat laju. First tip, cash is king. So ada ramai yang tanya dengan I kan, do I take my money, do I invest in this, do I invest in that? I think your most important thing yang you boleh buat sekarang is to make sure you ada your savings, okay, your emergency savings. Aim for 6 to 12 months. I know it's a very high target. Kalau you tak boleh sampai 6 to 12 months, don't worry. Just aim for improvement. Okay, kalau you tak ada anything at all, aim for 100, aim for 500, aim for 1,000, then aim for 1 month. Okay, the most important thing is to aim for improvement. Most important thing is to have cash because kita tak tahu apa yang akan berlaku dekat ekonomi ni. Kita tak tahu maybe pekerjaan kita terjejas. Make sure you have enough emergency. Second tip, please make use of government stimulus package. So, contohnya moratorium, contohnya moratorium loan, contohnya EPF. Bagi mereka yang say earning bawah 4K atau 8K, please make use of the cash payments. Okay, jangan malas, make sure to use this. Advanced tips, tadi I nampak ramai kawan-kawan I yang dari golongan T20, you know who you are. Advanced money tips, if you're already financially stable, I dah tahu you guys are stable, this may be a good time for you to invest in some long-term assets, okay? Asset prices dah jatuh, kalau you are already stable, you boleh ambil kesempatan ini untuk invest in some long-term assets. Remember, investing is not 1 tahun, 2 tahun, 3 tahun punya game, that's more like trading or speculation. Investing ialah 10, 20 years, 30 years kind of game, okay? So invest in long-term assets. If you're financially stable, please spend your money. Please support local SMEs. Macam I katakan tadi, so many businesses dah habis cash flow. The only way they will be able to improve is if we continue spending. If the people who are a bit more stable, please continue spending. And for those of you that still have some extra cash, please consider donating to those yang tengah menghadapi kesusahan. Okay. So these are the advanced money tips if you're financially stable. I'm sharing this website here. It's called Kita Jaga Kita. Actually, kalau you berminat, you boleh share you boleh donate to one of the charities yang listed sini. So this Kita Jaga Kita website is by local initiative. Sangat banyak charity yang you boleh jumpa dekat sini. Alright, so I akan menghabiskan the presentation back to Facebook, but before that, I just want to share again. This is my website, Mr-stingy.com. Kalau you nak baca any of my articles, I think I'm a much better writer than a speaker, so I think you mungkin enjoy my articles. Okay, and if you're still unsure, you can always go to AKPK or FEN to look for help. Okay, with that, I will stop sharing my screen. That's the end of my presentation. I akan balik kepada Facebook Live to answer any new questions. Okay, wow, okay, some very complicated questions. Let me choose maybe 2 or 3 questions to answer. Okay, I akan ambil soalan daripada Roger Cole. Hi, Mr. Aaron, in your opinion, any book, website, or article recommended for online financial learning? Kalau you follow this URUS bersama AKPK series ini, esok there's a session by Miss Suraya who writes the Ringgit or Ringgit. I recommend if you want to find a Malaysian perspective on personal finance, go to Ringgit or Ringgit, ada macam satu section recommended websites. Dekat situ you can see banyak resources untuk Malaysians belajar pasal personal finance. Kalau nak cakap pasal books, I think Rich Dad Poor Dad is a very good book for beginners. Okay, yeah, and you can always check out Financial Education Network. You can also check out Mr-stingy. Okay, Mr. Ravindran or Miss bercakap, soalan dia, is it advisable to have hard cash during pandemic recovery or invest? I think you still need your 6 to 12 months emergency cash, baru you fikir about investing. Okay, make sure you ada emergency cash dulu. Jonathan Question, in case of hyperinflation, would Bitcoin and gold be alternative for wealth preservation? Jonathan, I bersetuju. Yes, I think Bitcoin and gold are alternatives for wealth preservation. But just remember that Bitcoin and gold are seen as volatile assets. So make sure duit yang you invest dalam high risk, high return, don't take on too much risk. Okay, make sure you can invest something you're willing to lose. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna take last few questions. Sorry if I did not get your question because there were just so many. Okay, let me just see. Okay, so Raya, thank you for sharing the Malaysia-based personal finance websites recommended. Alexander Chong has a very good question. What will happen to this society spending habit once this had recovered? So I think it's a really great question. And I'm inspired by something I read recently. The history has shown us that this big economic crises, they will actually leave scars on us emotionally. Okay, so it's highly likely, I think, that what our life was before this economic recession or coronavirus is going to change different from after. Okay, we're not going to spend the way we used to spend. We're not going to invest. I think most people will start saving more money, will be more risk averse or more cautious with their money. I think that's a good thing. I think companies will also learn to be more responsible with their money and not take on so much hutang. So I think, yeah, there's some plus side to the coronavirus thing happening, but we have to be prepared for some difficult times for now. All right. So I'm so sorry, guys. I macam terlajak sikit tadi. I don't think I can answer all your questions now. Please come back and visit this video. I will address your questions directly in Facebook. Okay, so if you have asked a question, I will definitely answer your question. You just need to come back to the Facebook page, maybe later today or tomorrow. Okay, with that, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, terima kasih AKPK, terima kasih FEN for helping to organize this session. I hope you learned something. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye.